Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lancer Field here on the outskirts of the St. Francis campus for the first game today of both the Mitty Monarchs and the St. Francis Lancers. I'm Paul Cunningham, pleased to bring you today's opening game for both teams, as you saw as we came in with their 0-0 ledgers. I promise you that by the end of the season there will be many, many more wins on the left and much closer to zero on the right, as both of these squads expected to have excellent seasons this year. Very quickly, the starting lineups as we await the home team Lancers to take the field. Leading off and catching for Mitty will be Kristen Bayless. Batting second is their second baseman, Alex Sutton. Andrea Barrera, first baseman, bats third. Kelly Johnson, their pitcher, bats fourth. Crystal Johnson is in center field, batting fifth. Melissa Kelly at third base, bats sixth. Mercy Gutierrez in left field, bats seventh. Amy Nazarinas in right field, bats eighth. And Michelle Barrio, the shortstop, bats ninth. Shot of Marty Chargan, the Mitty head coach, who's very optimistic about the season this year with the Mitty Monarchs. The defensive alignment for St. Francis today at first base is Mare McKinley, Jenna Brigado at second base, Steph Graytack at third base, Gina DeMaestri at shortstop. Val Peace is in left field. May Sasa is in center field. Kim Maher in right field. Behind the plate is Jody Voss, and on the mound is Kelly Tialdi. They all hit home plate before they take the field. A much different Lancer ball club is for the last 3 or 4 seasons. You're used to seeing Corey Montalbano on the hill for St. Francis, and she has graduated and gone on to college, and Kelly Tialdi will take over the pitching duties for St. Francis. Tialdi checking the signs with her catcher, Jody Voss. And we are just about to get underway here. We've given you the starting lineups, and we'll be back in a moment with the beginning of the game. The warm-ups are done. We're just about to get underway here as the Lancers meet out at the mound. Kristen Bayless will lead off for the Monarchs. Not often you see a catcher in the leadoff spot, but the Monarchs are doing it today. Shot of Barry Ivers walking across there in front, the head coach of the St. Francis Lancers, joined by Julie Markley, his assistant. Nice shot of Kristen Bayless as she's about to step in. Got the big face mask on there. Must have either sort of a broken nose or cheek problem or something to be wearing the big face mask. Or just so used to doing it as a catcher, she wants to wear it now. We're plate umpire just getting some of the softballs back into play as we just don't seem to want to start this game. Thought we were ready a couple of minutes ago. Thought we were ready now. Now maybe we are. Plate umpire calls play ball, and we are underway. First pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. Bayless steps back in with an 0-1 count. Second pitch high and away. Count evens 1-1. Overcast day here at Lancer Field. It started out sunny this morning and certainly changed. Pitch low and away, outside, ball 2, 2-1. I'm sorry, that was swung 1-2 the count. Low and in the dirt, ball 2, count evens 2-2. Bayless moves way up in the box. 2-2 count. Takes high. Ball 3. Count runs full. Tialdi coming in a little bit high here in the early going. Foul tipped, and Voss can't hang on. Count holds full. Tialdi ready. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Down goes Bayless, 1 out. He'll bring up second baseman Alex Sutton, so a good job by Tialdi to battle back and get the strikeout. Alex Sutton, the Monarchs second baseman, steps in, left-handed batter. Grounds this one sharply down the third base line. Past Val P. She's around second. Takes a look. She'll hold at second with a double. So Alex Sutton, a nice job of going opposite field. Shot that by Steph Graytack down the left field line. Val Peace had to turn tail and run after it to catch up with it. And in to second base with a double is Alex Sutton. Runner at second, 1 out. Bring up Andrea Barrera, the Mitty first baseman. First pitch at the knees for a strike. Steal a third attempt, and Graytack can't get the tag on her in time. She steals third. Good speed by Sutton. Here's another look at it. Throw was there in time. Sutton eluded her and was able to get into third base. 0-1 the count to Barrera. High count evens 1-1. Great throw by Voss down to third base, and Graytack was there, but Sutton with an elusive slide got around her. Grounded to third. Graytack has it, checks the runner across to first in time to retire Barrera for the second out. Bring up pitcher Kelly Johnson as the Monarchs try to draw first blood here in the top of the first inning. Lifted into shallow right field. There to make the catch is Kim Maher, and that'll do it for the Monarchs in the top of the first. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on. We're through a half inning. Mitty nothing, the Lancers coming to bat. Shot of Julie Labmeyer. Julie Markley, excuse me. Sorry, Julie. Hope you don't get this tape. Julie Markley on her way to third base coach, and there's Barry Ivers on his way to first base as we're about to get underway here in the bottom of the first inning. May Salsa to lead off for the Lancers. The Lancers center fielder. She'll be followed by Bryn Cahill, the designated hitter, Mary McKinley, and Gina DeMaestri. First pitch misses inside, ball 1. Kelly Johnson with some zip on that fastball. She'll be difficult to hit. Lifted, popped up into right field. Plenty of time underneath it is Amy Nazarenas. Salsa is out on an F9, 1 out. Brings up Bryn Cahill. Following Gina DeMaestri, the shortstop, will be Jody Voss, the catcher, Kim Maher, the right fielder, Steph Graytack, the third baseman, Val Peace, the left fielder, and Jenna Bragato, the second baseman. Cahill steps in, a left-handed hitter. 1 out. First pitch misses away. Ball 1. No score here in the bottom of the first inning. Pitch right down the heart of the plate for a strike. Count evens 1-1. Pitch misses just low. Ball 2. Kelly Johnson doing an excellent job of keeping the ball down. Low again, ball 3. 3-1 to Cahill. High ball 4, so Cahill aboard with the free pass. It'll bring up first baseman Mayor McKinley. Johnson gets the ball to the plate in a hurry, and in warm-ups, Kristen Bayless has a very good arm. It's going to be difficult to steal on the Monarchs. First pitch misses low and away, ball 1. So Johnson not missing by much.
It's going to work right here, Kelly.
Bunt attempt popped up. Nice try by Kristen Bayless to dive for the ball. Couldn't get there. It was a bunt and run. Cahill was on her way to second. McKinley just couldn't get it down. Misses low. Great velocity, but just missing. A little bit low with those pitches. The Lancers being very patient. Swung on a missed. Strike 2. I would tell you the count, but I've lost track of it. I want to say it's 2-2, but it could be full. And I wouldn't want to lie to you. Fouled up into the screen. Count holds at whatever it is. Our home plate umpire not quick to tell us what it is. And won't. So we'll guess. It's got to be full now. It is. 3-2 the count to Mayor McKinley. They are making Kelly Johnson throw pitches. Though with the underhanded motion, it's certainly not as tough on the arm as the overhand motion. I'm sure she can pitch all day, if necessary. Oh, misses outside, ball 4. We're going to guess it was outside. That looked like a pretty good pitch, and time is called by Marty Chargan as he wants to talk to his pitcher. Lancers have runners at first and second with 1 out. Gina DeMaestri will step in for the Lancers, number 4 hitter. She plays shortstop. A prolonged visit to the mound. There's a shot at Gina DeMaestri. DeMaestri only a junior. Fairly young squad for the Lancers this year. Only, well, 6 seniors on the roster. So maybe not quite as young as I thought. It's a very long trip to the mound. I don't know if they're trying to discuss a potential injury, but I wish I could have this much time when I have a trip to my mound.
Here we go.
Trust me, we are going to start this game again eventually. And here come the Monarchs. DeMaestri steps in. Runners at first, at second, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the first. DeMaestri squares, fouls it back into the screen. Dropped the barrel of the bat a little bit on that one. Got underneath it. Got to keep the barrel of the bat on top of the ball. Oh, 1 to DeMaestri. Squares again. Nice bunt there. Deadens it perfectly. Only play is at first. They convert it. Nice play by Bayless as Sutton was covering at first base. DeMaestri is out. Or check that. They're ruling that she pulled her foot, I guess, at first base, and we're going to ask a little bit of help here. I'm not sure. Let's take a look at this because I'm not sure what. They are calling interference. They are, absolutely. They're calling interference. DeMaestri gets first base. And that's a good call. So DeMaestri gets on fielder's interference. No error. Bases are loaded with 1 out. And Jody Voss will step in, the Lancer catcher. Pitch at the knees, strike 1. That's where Kelly Johnson's been so far all inning, and certainly is an effective place to be. A lot of ground balls keeping the ball down there. Swung on a missed, strike 2. Quickly ahead is Johnson, 0-2. Fouled straight back into the screen. Voss on it, just couldn't connect. Fly ball could play to run here. 1 out, bases loaded. No score. Right there down the heart of the plate. Voss frozen with that fastball. Not sure what she was expecting, but that was heat right down the middle. 2 outs. Brings up right fielder Kim Maher. First pitch catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Second pitch misses on the inside corner. Count evens 1-1. Rip foul down the first base line. It's the best contact the Lancers have had on a ball so far today. And it was foul. Pitch misses outside. Count evens 2-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs. 2-2 count on Kim Maher. Pitch right down the heart again, and 2 Lancers batters with 2 strikes just look at a pitch right down the heart. That'll do it for the Lancers in the first. We're through 1, no score. Top of the second inning. Lancers are about to break their huddle out at the mound. For the Monarchs, it'll be center fielder Crystal Johnson, third baseman Melissa Kelly, and left fielder Mercy Gutierrez. The first 3 batters here in the second. No score. First pitch in there for a strike to Johnson. So Tialdi jumps ahead. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. She took a little off that one. Out in front of it was Johnson. It's the 0-2. Up high, ball 1, 1-2. Pitch misses outside. Count evens 2-2. Ripped to the left field for a base hit. Quickly up with it is Peace. She gets it in. And Crystal Johnson with a leadoff single for the Monarchs. Bring up third baseman Melissa Kelly. Nobody out, runner at first base. High, ball 1. Voss checks the runner, nothing doing. Grounded, back to Tialdi, she's got it. She'll go to second, not in time as the ball gets past to Maestri. Doesn't get far enough away from her for Johnson to advance, but error on the throw. Let her look at it. Tialdi knocks it down, but then makes an errant throw. Maestri tried to scoop it as best she could. She had taken her position there at first base. She might have stretched a little soon at second base, but grounded to third. Great Tech has it. Can't get anybody. She went for the tag and was nowhere near enough to tag Johnson, and then it was too late to get Gutierrez at first base. So an infield hit for Mercy Gutierrez brings up right fielder Amy Nazarenas. Bases loaded, nobody out. Pitch at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Pitch in the dirt low. Runners stay where they are. Tough in softball to come home from third. This is a very short backstop here. The ball doesn't get around much. And Voss, a good catcher behind the plate, blocked that ball well. One's grounded up the middle for a base hit. One run will score. Salsa bobbles for a second. They think about it, then think otherwise. As throw comes in, and indecision. They've got two runners. It's runner stranded between second and third. We got a run down coming home to third. She's got to get rid of that. She does. There's the out at home. So Crystal Johnson comes in to score. Nazarenas has a single and an RBI. Melissa Kelly gunned at the plate as she's forced off third base. Another quick look at it. Up the middle for the hit. Salsa bobbles. The one run scores, and then you see the other runners advancing when they shouldn't have been, not knowing the situation. And they give the Lancers a gift out. Graytech has it, comes home for one. No need for a tag. It was a force, but they weren't going to get the double play anyway. Or check that. I am sorry. I apologize. That was not a force. That was a good tag by Voss. Graytech came home. Get my head the game. It's early in the season. Michelle Barrio is on with the fielder's choice. Kristen Bayless steps in. Bayless 0 for 1 with a strikeout. There are two outs. Runners at first and second for Mitty, and Bayless wants to check the signs. One to nothing, Mitty in the lead. Low for a ball. Two outs, runners at first and second. Kristen Bayless steps back in. Foul and then off the shin guard of Voss. Skips out towards McKinley. Runners can't advance on the foul. Swung on and missed. Strike three. That'll do it as Bayless down for the second time today on strikes. That'll do it for the Monarchs, but they draw first blood. We're through 1.5. Mitty in the lead, 1-0. Shout out to some of the afternoon crowd here for today's St. Francis Mitty matchup. Not often do you see two teams of this caliber get together this early in the season. And the Lancers have had a very tough time beating the Monarchs through the years. Steph Graytech will lead off for St. Francis. The St. Francis third baseman takes in there for a strike, 0-1. Swung on a missed, strike two, as Johnson really some heat on that one. And pulls quickly ahead 0-2. Misses just outside. 1-2. Grounded foul down the first baseline. Count holds 1-2. Chases a high fastball, and down she goes. 3 consecutive strikeouts now for Kelly Johnson. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. We're waiting for some of the players to tuck their jerseys in. And for a 1-0 ball game, this thing is not rolling along very fast. Pitch in there for a strike. To Val Peace, the Lancer left fielder. Swung on and missed. Fouled straight up into the screen. Two strikes on Peace. Nobody on, 1 out. Fouled up again into the screen. Landing right next to Kristen Bayless. Foul. Peace steps back in. Fouled again back. So Peace making Johnson work. Fouled again as she chased a high fastball. Fouled again. So the fences are taking a beating here by Val Peace. Swung on a missed, strike 3. Down goes Peace. And now without a battle. 2 outs. Jenna Brigado will step in. Brigado, the Lancers' second baseman. First pitch to Brigado in there for a strike. Kelly Johnson finding that strike zone now. She struggled in the first inning. Walked a couple of batters. But since that time, it's come back and struck out 4 in a row. Brigado not close to that one and a little overmatched on that fastball. Oh and 2. Check swing, he's going to say she went. And that'll do it for the Lancers as Kelly Johnson strikes out the side here in the bottom of the second. We're through 2. Mitty in the lead, 1-0. Top of the third inning, Mitty in the lead, 1-0. Leading off is her second baseman, Alex Sutton. She doubled her first at bat as had a well-placed hit down the left field line, went opposite field. Comes up as if, goes down the left field line again, this time foul. Sutton making good contact with the ball. Came running up as if she was going to drag bunt and then smacked it down the left field line, down the third base line, and it went foul. Great Tech hugs the line now. The Lancer third baseman. Count evens 1-1. Comes up as if and goes again down the third baseline. Once again, foul. So Sutton so far this game looking opposite field exclusively. Rips it foul down the left field line. Good contact. It's 1 for 1 on the day with a double. Changeup grounded to short. DeMaestri has it over to first in time to retire a speedy Sutton. 1 out on a 6-3. That'll bring up first baseman Andrea Barrera. First pitch swinging is Barrera. Chases one low and away. 0-1 count to Barrera. Nobody on, 1 out. Top of the third. Grounded towards short. DeMaestri stops it, tries to get up to make the throw too late. Because that was in the hole, and Barrera on with an infield single. Brings up pitcher Kelly Johnson. DeMaestri did a good job getting in front of that, fielding it, but Barrera quick down the line. Beats out the throw. Low and away, ball 1. Runner at first, 1 out. Lancers look for the double play. Just misses low. 2-0. Grounded towards short. DeMaestri has it. Flip to Brigado. Throw down to first base, not in time, but they get the lead runner for the second out. Bring up center fielder Crystal Johnson. Johnson, who has scored the only run of the ball game, scored it in the top of the second. She singled her first at bat, 1 for 1 on the day. Takes high, ball 1. Runner at first now for the Monarchs with 2 outs. Low ball 2, 2-0. Low skips past Voss on her way to second, and getting there easily is Kelly Johnson. She's now in scoring position on the wild pitch. High ball 4. Crystal Johnson is aboard. The Monarchs have runners at first and second with 2 outs. Looking to score again, Melissa Kelly steps in. She got on an error, her first at bat. Checks her swing. Very close, but the plate umpire says she didn't go all the way around. 1-0 to Melissa Kelly. Grounded right back to Tialdi with 2 outs. She goes to third, and I think she might have lost track of the outs because that Great Tech didn't look like she was exactly expecting that throw, but that will do it for the Monarchs in the top of the third. We are through 2.5, 1-0, Mitty. Shout out to some of the Mitty crowd that came down for today's game. Actually came up, I guess, up from San Jose. If got my maps right. Bottom of the third. And the Lancers are back to the top of their order. May Salsa steps in. She flew out to right field her first at bat. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Kelly Johnson, who is quite a bit of a roll here. She has struck out 5 in a row. Salsa jumps on one. Looks like it was a little bit out of the strike zone. Takes this time. Johnson tries to get her to fish for the same pitch. Count evens 1-1. One and 2 to Salsa. Takes very high, count evens 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Salsa. Bring up designated hitter Bryn Cahill. Cahill walked her first at bat as Kelly Johnson in the first inning struggled some with the strike zone. And actually eventually had the bases loaded in the first, which was the last best opportunity for St. Francis. And actually, Julie Markley looks like he's going to let Kelly Tialdi hit, so that'll burn the DH. At least for one at bat, as Tialdi will come in and hit here in the third, hit for herself. Julie Markley checks to make sure we know what's going on, and yes, Julie, we do. I like a coach that makes sure that the announcer knows what's going on. Don't often get that. 1 out, nobody on. And I'm not sure what's taking so long for them to get this change in. It's only the pitcher hitting for herself in place of the DH. But being the first game of the season, I guess we want to get the proper spelling as we again wait. I think they've got it now. I'm sure by mid-season they'll just be barking these changes back and forth and giving numbers. It's not that big a change. Tialdi steps in ready. Swings and misses at the first pitch she sees. Pulled her head a little bit on that one. Oh and 1. Swung on a missed strike 2. Tialdi pulled the head a little bit again. Kelly Johnson 2/3 of the way on her way to her 7th consecutive strikeout. In there, letter high, strike 3. Down goes Tialdi, 2 outs. Brings up Mara McKinley. McKinley walked her first at bat. Two outs, nobody on. McKinley takes the first pitch high, ball 1. Takes ball 2, 2-0. McKinley walked her first at bat also.
Go, Kelly.
Swings and misses at that one for a strike. 2-1 to McKinley. Count evens 2-2. Fastball catches the outside corner. Fouled straight back into the screen. Count holds 2-2. 2 outs, nobody on. Mitty in the lead, 1-0. The 2-2 just misses high. Count runs full.
Start it with me.
3-2 pitch on the way. Misses ball 4, and McKinley's on board. With 2 outs, it'll bring up Gina DeMaestri. So the strikeout streak for the Lancers ends at 7. Gina DeMaestri steps in. She got on a fielder's interference call in the first inning. She tried to lay down a bunt and was interfered with by Andrea Barrera coming down the line. First pitch to DeMaestri in there for a strike, 0-1. Foul back into the screen. Quickly ahead is Johnson, 0-2. Grounded towards second, and making the quick tag is Alex Sutton. She retires Mara McKinley on her way to second base, and that'll do it for the Lancers in the third inning. We are through 3. Mitty in the lead, 1-0. Top of the 4th, Mercy Gutierrez will lead off for the Archbishop Mitty Monarchs. She'll be followed by Amy Nazarenas and Michelle Barrio. Gutierrez 1 for 1 on the day, has an RBI, the lone RBI of the day for either team. As once again we've got a break in the action. again, I've got to say it, for a 1-0 game, this is moving along at a snail's pace. Foul down the third baseline. Tialdi jumps ahead 0-1. One to Gutierrez. Nobody on, nobody out. Nice off-speed pitch there by Tialdi. Jumps ahead 0-2. Tries to change it again. Can't get it this time. In the dirt. Past Voss to the screen. Count goes to 1-2. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Down goes Gutierrez for the first out. Brings up Amy Nazarenas. Nazarenas, the Monarch right fielder. High outside, ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the 4th inning, Mitty the lead 1-0. Tries to drag bunt, can't lay it down. Count evens 1-1. Lays down a beautiful bunt, deadens it right outside the first baseline, and she is on board. A great bunt by Nazarenas. Credited with a base hit. Bring up Michelle Barrio, another look at it. Beautiful bunt. She just deadens it right out there in front of home plate, and nothing McKinley could do. She's got good speed down the line, and she is on board with a single. Barrio squares early. Expect a slash, and she does slash. McKinley gets it. They're going to call it foul. Barrio got on a fielder's choice. Her first at bat in the 2nd inning. 1 out, runner at first. Barrio squares again. See if she slashes again. She does. Well, thinks about it, and then Nazarenas gets down to second base with a stolen base with a head-first dive. That pitch in the dirt, nothing Voss could do. Couldn't throw her out. Count evens 1-1 to Barrio. Grounded to short. DeMaestri has it. Checks the runner across to first in time. Throw to third. Great Tech unable to get the tag down. As Nazarenas with some great speed going from second to third. Barrio out on a 6-3, 2 outs. Brings up Kristen Bayless. Bayless 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts on the day. Another look at it here. You see the ground ball to DeMaestri. She checks the runner. Nazarenas takes off right after that to throw across, and Great Tech just couldn't hang on to it. She might have had a shot at her, but Nazarenas with a head-first slide into third. Foul down the third baseline, 0-1 to Bayless. Bayless trying to avoid the hat trick as she has struck out twice already. Squares as if, and doesn't. Takes one in the dirt. Count evens 1-1. Grounded to Greatech. She's got it. She'll go across to first in time to retire Bayless. That'll do it for the Monarchs. They strand one at third. We are through 3.5. Mitty in the lead, 1-0. Deep in right center field, the gentleman in the center, Steve DeMaestri, longtime athletic director at St. Francis, who this year moved up into raising money for the Lancers, and Steve Felios took over as athletic director. 1 run on 6 hits for Mitty. No runs, no hits for the Lancers. They look to pick up their first hit by sending Jody Voss to the plate. Voss struck out her first at bat, and she's been one of many. Fouls that one straight back into the screen. 0-1. Kelly Johnson struggled a little bit early in the first inning, has since settled down and pitched a tremendous game here for the Monarchs. Low and away. Count evens 1-1. Popped up on the infield. Over and making the grab is Melissa Kelly for out number 1. So Voss got a piece of it and popped it sky high on the infield. Kelly had plenty of time to get over and underneath it for out number 1. Kim Maher steps in for the Lancers. Fouls this one off the screen to the right. 0-1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Quickly ahead is Kelly Johnson, 0-2. Pitching with tremendous confidence right now. Her defense may be a little bored. They have not had a heck of a lot to do. Pops straight up into the screen. Seven strikeouts on the day so far for Johnson. And this game far from over. Fouled straight back. Count holds 0-2. Johnson right around that strike zone. If she had a changeup, she could probably get Maher to twist herself into the dirt. She's been bringing some good heat, and a nice changeup would be good here. Fouled at the plate. Maher stays alive. 0-2 to Maher. Takes outside, ball 1. 1-2 to Kim Maher, the Lancer right fielder. Kelly Johnson looks in for the sign. Gets one she likes. Right down the heart of the plate, strike 3. Down goes Maher for the second time on strikes. Brings up Steph Greatech, Lancer third baseman, who was also the victim of a strikeout her first at bat. 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the 4th inning. Grounded sharply down the first baseline, foul. Grounded right back to Johnson. She's got it over to first in time. That'll do it very quickly for the Lancers. Here in the bottom of the 4th, we are through 4. Mitty of the lead, 1-0. Christy Lavery into pitch now for St. Francis in place of Kelly Tialdi. Steph Goretek has moved over to second base. And Courtney Broderick has come in at third base. Now catching is Bryn Cahill. So we'll just have to guess when they come up in the batting order as to where they're going. Quick bunt.
She dropped it.
Laid down by Alex Sutton.
She dropped it.
And we're going to wait for, they asked for help. The umpire says that came out as she was trying to pull it out. Not sure about that. Looked like it might have gone away. Another look at it. She shows it to the umpire, and then she does bobble. So actually not a bad call at all. Another bunt attempt as Lavery threw that at the dirt, but Greatech scooped it up, came out with it for the first out, and now Andrea Barrera attempts much the same thing. Puts it down foul, 0-1. This is actually Christy Murray hitting for Andrea Barrera. Murray slaps it towards second. Goretek up with it. Not in time. As very quickly down the line is Murray. She's on with a base hit. Boy, team ground ball to second base, and she beats it out. That's some great speed. Goretek got there, made a good strong throw to McKinley covering. Runner at first with one out. Brings up Kelly Johnson. High and outside, ball one. High and outside again, ball two. Towards short to Maestri, up with it, goes a short way to second to retire Murray. Two outs. Kelly Johnson on the fielder's choice. Brings up Crystal Johnson, the Monarch center fielder. She is 1 for 1 on the day, has scored a run. Scored in the second. She walked in the third. Takes outside, ball one. Pops this one up into shallow right field. In on it and making the catch is Kim Maher. That'll do it for the Monarchs in the top of the fifth. We're through 4.5. Mitty in the lead, 1-0. Some swimmers over there swimming at the pool, which is oftentimes what you'll see. Swimming pool. Leading off for the Lancers, number 11, Val Peace. Swings and misses at the first delivery she sees. Peace 0 for 1 on the day. She struck out her first at bat. 0 for 1 on the day. Chases one up high. 0-2. Chases yet another one, and very quickly and quietly does Val Peace go back to the bench. Brings up Jenna Brigado. Brigado 0 for 1, also with a strikeout. Nine strikeouts on the day now for Kelly Johnson. As some small drops begin to fall here on the field. Owen Wonder Brigado. And the skies are turning foreboding. Expecting rain later tonight, but it looks like it doesn't want to wait around. Takes high for a ball, count evens 1-1. I'm kind of glad it was the rain. I was talking here and I noticed little specks of water, and I was hoping I wasn't spitting while I was speaking, and I wasn't. 1-2 the count to Brigado. Check that. This is Christy Lavery. I'm sorry. Should get these names right and check their numbers as they come up. Lavery, who would come into pitch. She takes strike 3, so just as I get her name right, she's gone, and the drizzle continues to come down. Back to the top of the Lancer order, May Salsa. Salsa has flown out to right field and struck out. 0 for 2 on the day. She barely checks her swing as May went to fish for a high one and just missed going around on it. Swung on and missed. Strike 1, count evens 1-1. Ooh, nice change of speed there that just barely misses outside. 2-1. Two and two to Salsa. Strike 3, and down goes Salsa, and down go the Lancers as Johnson strikes out the side for the second time today. We are through 5, Mitty in the lead 1-0. Leading off for Mitty, the third baseman Danielle Peterson, who has entered the game in the last half inning for the Monarchs. Takes outside ball 1. Christy Lavery stays in on the hill for St. Francis. There were no defensive changes this time. This one's lifted into right center field. It's also a long run, dives for it, can't get it. Backing her up is Maher, throwing to second. Safe at second base as the May Street dove trying to make the tag, and I think maybe if she would have held the ball up as if she had tagged her, she might have gotten another look at it as Peterson gave this one a ride. You see the throw come in, she dives and then goes back to get her as if she needed to tag her. If she had just come up and showed the ball to the umpire, I think he would have banged her out because he wasn't in a position to see that she may have missed her, and that was very close. So she's got to learn the bluff, got to learn the deke. Nobody at first, bare-handing the ball is McKinley. Nice play by McKinley at first as Lavery tried to get it to her. Sacrifice is laid down, though, as Mercy Gutierrez gets Peterson over to, or that was Amy Jorgensen. Forget it. Don't know all these guys. We'll give it to Gutierrez anyway on the sack. Sack is down. Runner at third. Amy Nazarena steps in. She is 2 for 2 on the day. and has an RBI. So out of the 8-hole, she is singled twice. She might be moving up in the order quick. Oh, that's ripped into right field, but right at Maher. Tag at third, lumbering home. There's a throw, and out at the plate is Jorgensen, and we've got a double play, and a great play it was, as Nazarenas flies out to right, and then Maher throws a one-hopper to Cahill at the plate to get Peterson. Another look at it. Throw in on the one hop. Nice block there by Cahill. And Mitty is out. Inning is over. And Monarchs still in the lead 1-0. 0-1 count to Bryn Cahill. She swings and misses at that one. 0-2. High and away for a ball 1-2. Strike 3. Down goes Cahill. 4 consecutive strikeouts now for Johnson. 11 on the game. We're here in the bottom of the 6th, 1-0, Mitty in the lead. Mara McKinley steps in. Blown away, ball 1. So the Lancers here in their opening game of the season in the bottom of the 6th, trying not to get no hit. Swings and misses at that delivery. Just misses 2-1. Misses that one. Or doesn't swing, takes for a strike. Count even 2-2. I'm losing my concentration here as the rain creases a little bit, and McKinley is really taking her time. Change up right off the umpire's mask, and that's what he wears the mask for. Count evens 2-2. Good thing he came equipped to the game. Strike 3, and down goes McKinley. 2 outs. Bring up Gina DeMaestri. DeMaestri will look to break this streak of 5 consecutive strikeouts now by Kelly Johnson. The drizzle continues to pick up. Grounded down the third baseline foul. 0-1 to DeMaestri. Fouled straight back into the screen, 0-2. Fouled straight back as DeMaestri takes a good hack at it. Count holds 0-2. Swung on a miss, strike 3, and for the second consecutive inning, Johnson strikes out the side. We are through 6, Mitty in the lead, 1-0. Top of the 7th inning. Mitty ahead only 1-0, but right now, that one run is huge for the Monarchs. Leah Glasgow steps in, her first at bat of the day. Mitty has gone to their bench. Glasgow came into play shortstop 2 innings ago. This will be her first plate appearance. Takes in the outside corner for a strike from Christy Lavery. Fouled towards the Lancer dugout. 0-2. Ooh, just misses for a ball 1-2. Might have been outside. Nice pitch there by Lavery. Tough one for Glasgow to lay off of. In the dirt, in front of the plate, count evens 2-2. Grounded to third. Throw across the diamond in time by Courtney Broderick to retire Glasgow. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Back to the top of the order. And coming into bat for Mitty is a number that I find nowhere on the roster. So we'll wait and see if I can hear a name to see if I can recognize it. So, number 23 not on our roster. But gonna bat anyway, what the heck. First pitch to the mystery batter, misses, ball 1, 1-0. One's grounded to first. McKinley has it, steps on the bag for out number 2. Bring up second baseman Alex Sutton. Sutton is 1 for 3 on the day. Had an opposite field double in the first inning. Stole third. Swings at the first pitch she sees from Lavery. Lavery picks it up and has a relatively quiet 7th inning. As we go to the bottom of the 7th, Mitty in the lead, 1-0. Steph Adelson will lead off for St. Francis here in the bottom of the 7th inning as the drizzle continues. 1-8-0 for Mitty and 0-0-1 for the Lancers. First pitch misses, ball 1. Swung on a miss, strike 1. Count evens 1-1. Fisted out towards first base where Andrea Barrera snags it. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. The weather is turning cold, dreary. Much like the Lancers' chances of pulling out a last-minute victory here. Kelly Johnson has been masterful in her debut for the season. This one's lifted towards second. Nice play by Alex Sutton at second base. Courtney Broderick hit it hard, but right at Sutton. Quickly, there are 2 outs. And the last best hope for the Lancers is Christine Crawford. Two outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 7th inning. Takes low, ball 1. Tries the bunt, fouls it at the plate. Count evens 1-1. Pitch in there for a strike. Johnson jumps ahead 1-2 as she tries to get the no-hitter nailed down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. She is a strike away from doing just that. Foul tipped into the glove. That'll do it for the Lancers, and that'll do it for this ball game as Kelly Johnson is absolutely masterful with a no-hitter for Mitty. 1 run on 8 hits, no errors for the Lancers. No runs, no hits, 1 error. For all of us here at KMVT, our producer-director Lazarus Sargenides, and our crack camera crew of Tracy Wise, Robin Frank, and Brent Stone. Our thanks to the Mitty and St. Francis athletic departments. For all of us here at KMVT, I'm Paul Cunningham. We'll see you next time. Thank you, everybody.